What is going on? Thank you for stopping by, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and that's right, this is episode 2 of Galadon versus Klaus, the Town Hall 10 farming race. Now, in episode 1, your hero, Galadon, unfortunately was defeated by the evil Klaus. Okay, he's not evil. If you guys don't know about Klaus Gaming, make sure that you get over there and subscribe to his channel. The link is in the description. He is making a video that accompanies this one as the two of us compete. This time, it was 2 hours to see who could net the most elixir. Now, in the first episode, Klaus did win. Remember, I was up in Champion and Klaus was down in Crystal. In episode 1, the competition was only who could get the biggest gold raid, the single biggest raid. In this competition, episode 2, we competed to see who could get the most loot over a 2-hour period. So definitely things changed because I feel like now I'm in Master. This is like most of the time during this, I streamed most of this, by the way, on Facebook. I was in Masters or I was in Champions part of the time. And I was getting raids like this you see on the screen. I mean, come on. Like 500k every single time. Okay, not every single time. There were raids like this where I didn't bring a clan castle. I didn't have an archer queen because, again, we were not allowed to gem the armies to completion. We were not allowed to use gems to speed up requests, to wake up heroes, anything like that. So there were only a certain number of raids where I was able to go in with everybody. And I mean the king, the queen, the siege machine donated, the full spells, everything else. And so I was generally trying to find bases that had over 500,000 in elixir available. Occasionally I would settle if I had nexted a lot, because you have to think about it. There's this balance between how much time you take between raids when the army is training up behind this army. We don't want to have a second army ready for like 10 minutes while we're still looking for another raid. So at the same time, you want to balance it out and you don't want to attack back to back and accept lesser loot when you could have waited 5 more minutes and found a bigger base while your army was training up. You got me? Because this was the thing. Even as I was streaming this, there were times where we just had to kind of sit there and wait for the next army to train up because we couldn't do anything else but wait. So, all right, we saw a lot of bases, and unfortunately, there were some mistakes. Okay, let's just say there were some bases that didn't go as well as others where maybe I didn't quite achieve what I was looking for. But I will say that the general overall experience this time versus last time against Klaus, I feel like I spent more time raiding. I feel like I found more bases than I did before. And because we weren't only looking for the biggest raid, I definitely netted a lot more. It made a lot more sense to me personally for us to be doing it like this. Because if we just go for the biggest raid overall, then you're going to end up nexting over and over and over again. Now check this out. That's about as big as I found. Even in the first episode, that's almost 900k gold, over 800,000 elixir, and a pretty tough base. Obviously, it's an 11, it's got infernos, it's got an eagle, but we had to go after it anyway, just spamming. You know, we weren't really using anything in particular here, just loons and minions. In a lot of cases, I didn't bring wall breakers. I found, now a lot of people laugh at me for using wall breakers in these raids, but I'll tell you, at Town Hall 9, it made a lot of sense because what would happen is you would not get into the core of the base. You wouldn't get to the Dark Elixir, you wouldn't get to the Town Hall necessarily, and you would need those wall breakers to help your heroes get in. I mean, in a case like this, we might not have gotten to the core anyway, but it really didn't matter. Also, we weren't looking for Dark Elixir this time. We were just focused on trying to get regular elixir, and although we left over 200k on the battlefield, we got most of the elixir. You'll notice that it worked out. I left a lot of gold behind, didn't care, just wanted elixir, and I gotta tell you. So, I don't know, you guys have to tell me, if you're coming from Klaus's video, what was the average raid he was seeing? Because I'm telling you, it did not take me many nexts, and I was finding bases just like this one that had well over 500,000 in elixir available, and it just became a matter of, can I get in there? Can, you know, the Inferno Towers stop me? Are the heroes high level? That sort of thing. And most of the time it worked out. And many, like you saw in that screenshot early, many of the raids I did get over 500,000 per raid. So it worked out, and I feel like, I don't know, I used to think after the first episode that maybe the best place to be is way down in Crystal. Now I'm kind of thinking, you gotta also remember, take a look at the loot bonuses I'm getting. Remember the league bonuses that I'm getting. Okay, that's a minion right there. We're not leaving yet. I mean, that single minion grabbed like an extra 20,000 elixir. Okay, we're taking it. We're taking every piece we can possibly get. But again, watch this raid wrap up and watch the league bonus. Those league bonuses added up over time. I mean, you're talking about between 100 and 200,000 elixir every single raid. That may just by itself have been enough to make the difference. I feel like the league bonuses, because no doubt Klaus's league bonuses way down in Crystal are much smaller. He may have been finding more dead bases, but if I'm not passing on too many bases, I'm finding 500,000 about, every 5 to 7 minutes. It's going to work out for me. And I don't know. I feel like it did in the end. We won't know yet for sure until we compare myself to Klaus. I would also appreciate if you guys would let me know down in the comments what the result was. All right, who won? And hey, who did you expect to win? And who do you expect to win next time? Because this is just the beginning, folks. We are just starting out at Town Hall 10. We're going to move deeply into the farming of Town Hall 10. We're going to use all sorts of different armies. I'm ready to use hogs. I want to see Klaus use like Valkyries or miners. Both of us use miners. That would be a lot of fun. Start to do some queen charges, queen walks around the base, and all sorts of different strategies. Obviously, we have a long way to go. If you guys are at Town Hall 10, you know that it is a town hall that takes many, many months, if not years, to farm, depending upon how much time you have. So again, also let me know, what town hall are you guys in the comments? Should I be making content at other town halls besides 10 and 12? I mean, I don't really have an 11. Now I have a 12 that I'm working on farming back up. We're kind of gonna do that, fix that rush thing with Klaus's help. I do have a baby 9. And again, of course, I'm trying to get all the lower town halls maxed out individually. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, or just do you think that we should do more episodes of this? Do you think maybe we should be more frequent? Because I know it has taken a while to get the first couple of episodes out. I definitely would like to see us do at least like 2 a week with Klaus and myself, where we kind of have this friendly competition, because it's not just a competition, it's also an education for us and for you guys, the viewers. You get to see from 2 different perspectives what maybe is more effective. Is it a trophy range you should be at? Is it, upgrading if you've got your king down versus having your queen down? Is it a different army composition? There are so many different things that we will be able to compare and contrast in the coming weeks and months. And again, as always, as I know Klaus wants to as well, we want to hear your input as a viewer. Check that one out right there. I'm sorry, but 733,000 elixir, almost 750,000 elixir off of that raid. And I'm telling you, it was easy. Every single raid was over 500k, and oftentimes just the league bonus was enough to offset the cost of the raid. That would pretty much offset the cost of the heroes and some of the spells. So we were netting nearly 500,000 almost every single raid, and these raids were coming quickly. It was not but more than 5 to maybe 7 minutes between raids, and we were finding another base like this. It was a blast to do it live on Facebook, and I gotta tell you, so what happened was I was streaming on Facebook, and I was in Finland at the time that Klaus and I did this one. So yes, it was recorded a little while back. I realize you've probably already gone down to the comments and said it was recorded before the last update. I know, but you know what? We were a little bit behind, and obviously we are catching up. More exciting episodes will be coming, but you have to remember, Klaus and I, man, we're spending like a week, a month in Poland casting the World Championship qualifiers. So it definitely keeps us busy. By the way, are you guys watching that? I hope that you guys are watching that. I really do. And we're going to wrap up this raid right here. That's right. It's going to be a gala triple and a massive, massive amount of loot. Well over 500,000. And that's the total. Just over 7 million net gain in a 2-hour farm. Let me know who won, Galadon or Klaus. Am I 0-2 or is it 1-1? What will be up next? Dark Elixir for episode 3. Thank you guys as always for watching all the way to the end of the episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to Klaus and Galadon, and I will see you guys next time for more full attacks.
Galadon, I subscribe to Klaus. Now do I get a cookie? Please.